Now the conversation of the day says, following the June 5 attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, OWO, Ondo State, by those described by the federal government as the Islamic State of West African Province, ISWAP, where 40 people were killed and 61 others injured. Now the Southwest governors had drawn battle plan against terrorists. They also directed the regional security outfit Amotekun to contain the influx of Okada riders into the 6 states. The governors will declare the 3-day mourning period to symbolize their collective concern, directed that flags should be flown at half-mast in all public buildings, facilities and official residence in Southwest in honor of victims of the OWO attack. They resolve to continue to assist the security agencies in the areas of crisis management and intelligence gathering. Now joining us to review this is the public affairs analyst, Ziggy Ibe. He's right here in the studio with us. Good morning, sir.
Thank you for
joining
me. It's my pleasure. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Over a week or almost 2 weeks into the attack in the Catholic Church in OWO, we see it's still making the news as the governors, some Southwest governors of Lagos, Oyo, I think Osun, Ekiti, and one other state again.
Ondo?
Ondo, yes,
Ondo.
of course, not forgetting Ondo, had come to collectively draw or map out a plan against terrorists in this state. Of course, one of which is curtailing the influx of Okada riders into the state, which they see as one of the issues that could cause terrorism. What do you have to say about it?
Security is a serious business. Okay, and for every government that is elected to protect its people, they must be up and doing in order to curtail, if not to nip issues of that nature in the bud. It's unfortunate in the country. What you get to see around is this fire brigade approach each time it happens. We don't tend to curtail it. We don't tend to arrest the situation before it happens. And when it happens like this, you see us running here and there, trying to contain the situation.
More like being reactive instead of
proactive. We aren't such a people. It seems our environment is not meant to curtail or nip such in the bud before they happen. I wouldn't want to situate that squarely on the side of the government. Individuals too, we should, as a matter of fact, be very security conscious. There is a bad trend as we speak that is going into. The trend is a church ward. Okay, if not so, I see no any other place that should be better than being in the house of God.
In terms of refuge,
in terms of safety and refuge. But what do you get in our environment as we speak is the devil robbers or the bandits have taken their shame to the house of God, and we try to stand up to that, because before you know it, it becomes a trend, if not already it is. This is not the first time we had churches have been attacked. But it's coming eastward, okay, because they find out that might be a very soft target. Soft target in the sense that those who go to church, why should you think of carrying a protective equipment to the church? Okay, so you go begging God to save you. And these guys have shamelessly taken their macabre dance to the church, which is quite unfortunate. So at this point, I think the governors should do something much more than talking, okay? Because, yes, talk is cheap. they come each time it happens. They come out to condemn. They will tell you.
But then this is more than talking, because they've directed the motorcycle to curtail the influx of Okada riders, and of course so many other things.
It's an inroad into curtailing it. But we are saying something much more than that should be done. Okada riders, yes, that is their means of commuting, you know, to wherever they want to go and all that. But what about setting up certain security measures?
Such as?
Yeah, such as night guards.
Okay.
Okay, night guards. Then equipping police more, okay, in order to do their job. Then creating more awareness to individuals and people of the community to be security conscious. Okay, then another way of doing this is lighting up environments. In areas where you and I live and all that, there are supposed to be illuminations everywhere. You know, streets should be illuminated in order to scare the intruders.
But then
our producers don't. They hide under the cover of the dark.
But it happened during the day, and OWO, it's a town on its own, and this church is in the heart of OWO, and it happened for over 30 minutes. I'm sure there were police checkpoints, because that was the heart of a town.
Yes,
and it was
yes. Our inquiry into that didn't reveal much about who and who should be on the road before it happened. But you see, like we keep saying, some of these things don't necessarily be putting checkpoints, because you don't know where next they will attack. They go to soft targets. Soft targets are areas that are prone, and they feel free to attack and move out from the environment. Because the first thing they consider is the movement out of the scene environment after they are dusted out. The governors, yes, they've risen to this occasion. They are meeting, but it's beyond meeting. Putting in place some measures. Security apparatus should be installed everywhere. We and I have talked in this very forum and many other fora, putting security gadgets. Okay, in Lagos, in time past, we had this project that was
under the fashion administration.
Yes, under fashion administration, that security short cameras should be mounted everywhere. It's everywhere, but are they working? The functionalities of those things are nowhere to be found. So it is all about paying lip service to this. The functionality of them, install, maintain, and let it work. Otherwise, whatever thing we say here is just a mere lip service.
Okay, those who have called for a very strong border in terms of the southwest, for the governors to be able to protect the southwestern region as well. Do you advocate that there should be border controls from within the southwest? Sure,
anything. There are no measure so big when it comes to security. In fact, every effort should be thrown to make sure such issues are curtailed. Okay, so no amount of money spent that is too much for security to be arrested. Okay, border controls, as we know, so many of our borders are porous. Okay, they are not manned by anyone. Even if they are manned, the lackadaisical attitude of the agencies that man those entries are very poor. Yes, we've had occasions where we've seen the agencies not doing anything, or they are there just for their pocket. Okay, I think the trend should change. Let's get down to business. Who must be checked, The influx of the people into and out of the place should be monitored, fully monitored. Then who should be stopped? Not gaining entrance into the city or not going out should be equally manned. It should be curtailed. Then there should be this strong will to checkmate the entrance. Okay, because what you get in so many posts or so many ports is not binding who comes out and who goes out. Okay, and those areas should be monitored properly. it's going to be a collaboration. It's not necessarily
Amotekun alone.
Yeah, it's not necessarily Amotekun alone. Amotekun is just a regional
security outfit. Yes.
Okay, and it's going to be a collaboration, a kind of interface with other security agencies, yes. Then with the federal government agencies, security agencies too. The individuals, why do we relatively have peace in Lagos? It's because if you watch, Lagos has so many security agencies,
yes.
from police force to paramilitaries,
yes,
to individuals and organizations that have been empowered by the state. We have NCNC.
Yes, Lagos State.
Lagos State. The ones that ride bicycle.
Yes,
they're everywhere in our neighborhoods and all that. Those are security agencies too. Okay, and then individuals. We should our inner eye should be very, very out now to really know what works around, then know our environment, because the way things are now, nobody's sure again.
Okay, but with various inspector generals of general of police, insisting that roadblocks should not be dismounted and what have you. If you are calling for borders and what have you to have to be manned by various security personnel, including that of the federal government, that would mean that the IGF police has to shift grounds in terms of roadblocks. So
what necessitated that wasn't because it was too important to have them or less important to have them. It is the security bridges that come in between. We had in the past toll gates, right?
Yes.
Those are security measures too, to break down the speed of whoever that is and all that. So those are security measures. But then, if you dismantle a toll, a post, okay, in order to checkmate crimes and all that, then we should look at why we are there in the first place. That means those that were there before were not doing their job, so they should be replaced.
I don't think it's because the police were understaffed and deploying.
No, that wasn't the issue. The issue ab initio wasn't that they were understaffed and they would need to be redeployed to a particular environment.
Into the cities rather than the highways.
The issue was that the crime, even before them or in their presence, was much. And true to that, when they were dismantled, when the police were taken off the road, the crime eventually abated to an extent. Okay? So that means one wouldn't want to say that police were culpable in this aspect. But then, I think there are right measures you should put in place, inject into it. Everything has solution. Everything has solution. Unless you don't have a right approach to it. The right approach to certain things will certainly curb it. Okay, so when they were dismantled and were taken off the road, but even as we speak, that is just in theory, they are still there.
Okay.
Okay, they are still on the road.
Yeah.
So that means they are not working. If we still have influx of banditry.
All right, now let's look at one of some of the topics this governors came together to resolve: the issue of assisting the security agencies in areas of crisis management and, very important, intelligence gathering. Because we have an outfit responsible for intelligence gathering. Do you think they're really doing their job in that sense very well?
Look, their response and their responsive ability is certainly dependent on something.
Which is?
Okay, now let's go back. A governor is given certain amount of money every month, okay, to checkmate or to really inject fund into security affairs, right? Unreceipted amount of money. Do you understand? And what that meant to be is using that money to curb security issues like this. Okay? Do they do that? I'm not a governor, so they should answer that question. So when we play to the gallery like this, it looks as if we keep talking and nothing is happening. The governors have met. The 6 governors have met of the Southeast, right?
Yeah.
And the security, the safety of the people and their property is the full welfare of any government, whether local, state, or the federal.
Yes.
Okay, so the moment you're a local government chairman, you have a responsibility over the people within your locality.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Meaning that some amount of money, some interest is given to you to take care of security agencies within your power. So do the local, the state governors and all that. Now, do they use this money judiciously? Fine. But from what we see, I don't think they do. Because the people you've employed to do this job are gatekeepers. Gatekeepers are people who prevent those they feel are not important to enter or to go out. Just like in our homes and all that. So until you create a necessary environment, a kind of incentive that will boost the morale of the agency. Okay, look at these governors, the way they work sometimes, and I tend not to agree with them. Most times when the security is overwhelming, when they couldn't contain the security arrangement in that reason, they blame federal government. They tell the federal government will give them order, or they will call IG or whatever IG will call. That is not the security network they are trying to bring in as a reason for not rising to the occasion is false. Okay?
Yeah.
A governor has all it takes to curtail the security of his environment.
Correct.
Otherwise, if the kitchen is too hot for you, then you give out, you leave.
But talking about governors, we know quite well that it's almost a tradition when a governor comes in, either first time or second time, you know, he supports the police force with equipment from vehicles to, you know, your bulletproof vests and what have you, helmets and all of that. We've also seen, you know, in time past, Lagos State, especially during the administration of Baba Tsuneraji Fashola, that there was a Lagos State Security Trust Fund.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to mention.
That was used to, you know, get major equipment for the force.
Sorry, let me cut you there, sir. You know why that security fund was not working? Citizens in the state feels the governors are not using their security money enough.
Are you saying that of Lagos wasn't working at the time? I mean, during
the trust fund, we don't see it again now. You know, at a point when you go to eateries, you see security.
Yes, even in the banks.
In the banks and all that. How much are they generating from there? Those konkolo, those I think that box. Yes, I don't think konkolo because they are money inside. So those boxes kept in the banks are meant to be taking change from people, you know, no matter how much amount of money.
Yes.
But that is good, but does it really achieve the purpose? Yes, it is a way of turning the heart of people living in that area
to contribute to
the cost of security situation in the environment. But do they really do it? Something is missing. Is either the awareness is not much, or the people have lost confidence in the security arrangement of the state.
But what would you then think, what would you then say is the reason for the police not living up to expectation in terms of security? The reason I'm asking is this. As I've said, it's almost a trend that governors will do this at least, you know, once they get into office, be it first time or second time. You also have individuals do that as well. We once had Alhaji Aliko Dangote also, you know, give out cars and all of that.
Yeah.
You have, you know, even in the north, you had the chairman of BOA, you know, do the same as well. You have different individuals who have, you know, who just support the cause. So why are we still having security challenges?
I'll tell you something. Until certain things are made known to the public.
Okay. Like?
There's this loss of confidence. When you talk about a governor, or you talk about the security agencies, their leadership, the organogram of the agency.
Yeah.
Okay? We were told that police commission has a budget,
Exactly,
right? For their ammunitions or their whatever. But we were equally told, be it a rumor, that before that money gets to the appropriate quarters where all those money are to be utilized, is edited right from the top to where it gets to. And before the money gets there, you have just little amount of money. And somebody who is sitting there to utilize that money certainly will sign it out. The purpose for which that money is brought out is defeated. So also, the governor should come out to tell us, the security vote given to me, this is what I've used it for. Like you said, Aliko Dangote and so many other spirited individuals
yes, philanthropists
will always contribute cars, buses, and all that. That is just for the welfare of the security agencies and to ease their job.
Yes.
Okay. But you and I have seen it many times that those cars, those buses, and all that, in the next few months, what happens to them? They go completely dilapidated. Why so? Because no maintenance. Of course, in the country, we don't even have that culture of maintaining a particular thing the moment it's erected or so. Okay? And these are the problems. When a provision is made, there should be adequate provision to oil or to really maintain that infrastructure in place. Otherwise, you have a problem because wear and tear sets in. Okay, for a particular machinery or a particular object. Without it, with time, it gets worn out, and that is gone. If you look at some Jeep given to police about a year or two ago, all of them are worn out. If I check them everywhere, no maintenance. Yes, the people giving to them, they are rough too. Okay, they are rough. It's being used like it's no man's own. Sometimes no fear. Sometimes when you complain to police to help you track a particular, they will demand money from you, even if your money is taken from you and all that. They don't care. Sometimes no fear. Sometimes no mobility. So these are errors. Okay, until the people are brought into the whole picture, they may be the bigger picture. That this is how certain monies allotted to this are expended. That is when we begin to speak for the people, the government.
Yes.
Okay, and so okay, money given to so person is not enough, and this is how they were judiciously or religiously used.
All right, now.
Otherwise, it's still in the realm of speculation that look, money given to everything is squandered. And the truth of it, when you see the machinery and the provisions that were made, all were in bad shape. So somebody certainly will keep doubting, and you know anything that goes into doubting automatically is a failed project.
Okay, okay. Now you mentioned the people, and that's preempting my next question. Do not forget that some of the things the governors came together to deliberate on: intelligence gathering and also crisis management. Now, listening to the OWO of OWO land, he mentioned the fact that after that incident on the 5th of June 2022, some youth marched to his palace and they were about to start destroying properties and, of course, properties of the northerners, the Islamic community living among them. And he had to make them understand that this is a crisis just happened. You are about to create another crisis. Now, the issue of crisis management, aside this issue in OWO, we've had a lot of things like this happen where something is happening, and because some group of people or the youth in that environment assume that this is coming from this set of people, and they go to create another crisis which spoils the peace and order of that place. Look at what happened in Lagos with the Okada riders that had to lead to a death of someone that was innocent in that sense. Yes. So crisis management in Nigeria, how far have we gone and what's lagging?
In that, you are looking at interagency collaboration, right?
Yep.
Okay.